Some stories begin at the end, not the beginning. Samuel Johnson's real story started when he was 80. While others his age watched life from a window, Samuel laced up bright blue running shoes. He wasn't just going for a walk. He was preparing for a journey. Most people count life in years, but Samuel learned it's about moments and choices, especially when you think you have none left. On a cool morning, Samuel stood at a starting line, surrounded by younger runners. His body was old, but he had a reason to run. This wasn't just a race. It was an answer to a question his heart had been asking. You might expect a simple story. An old man surprises everyone, applause, a happy ending. But Samuel's journey was about loss, pain, and finding a reason to move forward. Every part of him wanted to quit, but a small light inside told him to take one more step, and so he did. This is the story of Grandpa Samuel, not just about running a marathon, but about the race we all run. The race against sadness, time, and the voice that says it's too late. At 80, Samuel was about to teach his town a lesson. The finish line isn't always the end. Sometimes it's a new beginning. Sometimes it's a chance to feel the sun on your face again. Samuel's first step wasn't just for himself. It was for anyone who ever wondered if it's too late to start. He was proof that hope can begin at any age. The starting line at 80 was Samuel's invitation to live again. And as he moved forward, so did his story. The journey was just beginning. For Samuel and for all of us, the real race is never over. It's about finding the courage to begin no matter when. Before running shoes, there were work boots. For 60 years, Samuel was a carpenter, his hands strong, his work honest. He built more than furniture. He built a life with love and care. His world revolved around Eleanor, his wife of 55 years. Their love was quiet, steady, and full of small routines. Coffee in the morning, porch swings at night. Samuel showed love through action, fixing toys, building bookshelves, mending fences. He was the town's quiet helper, rooted like an old oak tree. Happiness was found in Eleanor's smile, his grandchildren's laughter, and a job well done. Life moved gently, anchored by their love. He never imagined a day without her. Their life was a structure he built with his own hands, believing it would last forever, but storms come, even to the strongest homes. Samuel's world was small, but it was complete, until the day everything changed. He didn't know how much he'd need the strength he'd built over a lifetime. The love and routines that shaped his days would soon be tested. Samuel's story was about to shift from building with wood to rebuilding his heart. The foundation of his life was about to be shaken. But even in loss, the lessons of a life built with hands and heart would guide him. The storm was coming. The storm came quickly. Eleanor was gone before Samuel could understand the words. The music of his life stopped, replaced by a silence that filled every room. Grief hollowed him out. He felt like a house with no one inside. The porch swing sat still, the coffee pot cold. Samuel stopped building, his hands, once purposeful, now empty. Family visited, neighbors waved, but Samuel drifted in a grey fog. He had given up, lost in memories and silence. Days blurred together, time lost meaning. He waited, feeling his story was finished. No anger, no regret, just emptiness. Samuel was a ship without a rudder, drifting in a silent sea. But even in the deepest quiet, change can begin. He didn't know it yet, but a new wind was about to blow. The emptiness would not last forever. Sometimes the quiet after the music is just the pause before a new song. Samuel's heart, though broken, still had a beat. The world outside kept moving, and soon so would he. Grief was not the end of his story. It was the space where something new could grow. Samuel's next chapter was waiting. He just had to take the first step. Even in silence, hope can whisper. And Samuel was about to listen. One Saturday, Samuel left the house, drawn by something he couldn't name. He parked at the edge of town and watched the city's marathon. Runners of all ages passed, faces marked by pain, determination and hope. Some ran fast, others struggled, but all moved forward. Samuel saw a young woman stumble, another runner help her, an older man grimace, but keep going. In their struggle, he saw resilience, a beauty born from not giving up. For the first time in months, Samuel felt a flicker of curiosity. He stayed until the last runner, a woman walking alone, crossed his view. She was slow, but she finished. Samuel drove home, the house still quiet, but his mind alive with a question: what if he could move forward too? The idea seemed impossible. He was 80, but the image of those runners stayed with him. A seed of hope was planted in his grief. Samuel realized life was about moving, not standing still. The marathon wasn't just a race, it was a lesson. He wondered if he could find his own finish line. The spark was small, but it was enough. Samuel's journey was about to begin, one step at a time. Sometimes all it takes is seeing others move forward to believe you can too. The road ahead was uncertain, but Samuel was ready to try. The lonely road was no longer empty, it was the start of something new. Samuel had found his spark. The next morning, Samuel put on old sneakers and stepped outside. He tried to jog to the end of his street. His body protested, neighbors watched, doubt whispered. He barely made it to the neighbor's driveway, breathless and embarrassed. But he remembered the marathon runners and took another step. Each day he went a little farther, first the mailbox, then the stop sign. Every step was a battle, especially on days when grief felt heavy. On those days he ran for Eleanor, imagining her cheering him on. He bought bright blue running shoes, read about running, and became a student again. The shuffle became a jog, the jog a slow run. He reached a mile, then two. The pain changed. It was effort, not emptiness. The morning